When two stares become an issue, can you actually consider yourself to be healthy?
You gotta be so good that they can't ignore you, especially the ones that ain't done shit for you. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. They stab you in the back and then they ask why you're bleeding. I don't trust words, I trust actions. I don't care what you heard, I'm not slacking.
My name is Alan Roberts. This is Everyday Fitness. Like, subscribe to the notification bar right over there. Share my videos. Subscribe to my second channel, Alan Roberts. In my opinion, of course, there's a link to button below at the end. Thank you very much. Also, a button below at the end is this week's discounted rate for Damn Collective Coaching. That's where my wife, myself, and our team help people to learn accountability skills and the knowledge they need to get themselves to a healthy weight from either underweight or overweight, or even just be healthy from what would be considered a healthy weight. Hold themselves accountable to healthy activities and healthy ways of eating for the entirety of their lives. If you've had trouble holding yourselves accountable before, you should check that out. And the reason why we're discounting that is it is day 3 of Obesity Fact Awareness Week. And we are making Obesity Fact Awareness Week a thing because the people decided to take the last week of Childhood Obesity Awareness Month, which was September, and make Weight Stigma Awareness Week a thing, taking the focus off of children. You people should be ashamed of yourselves. There's like no bottom. There's like no... There's no rock bottom, apparently. Taking the, focus off of children for just a second. Ridiculous. The clip shown at the very beginning was Tess Holliday walking at the London fashion show. And people were expecting me to make a whole video about that, and I didn't. I just put something on my Instagram to the family, friends, and fans of Tess Holliday. It is time to stop pandering to this woman and time for her to plead to her to get healthy. Because when 2 stares are hurting you at the age of 34 or 35, whatever Tess Holliday is, the outcomes are not good. We often hear the fat acceptance community talk about, well, you can't tell if a person is healthy or not because you haven't seen their labs. Well, health is a lot of other things besides whether a person is considered metabolically healthy. Whether, considering metabolic health is one thing, because that is just a picture in time. But if you can see where the person has a clearly biomechanically altered gait due to their size, or they're having trouble with acts of daily living, such as walking upstairs, walking up inclines, walking down declines, if the person has avoided getting up off of the floor, or going down onto the floor because they want to avoid having to get up off the floor, or they have trouble getting out of a chair, or they have trouble doing all sorts of normal daily acts of living, that is not health, and that does not speak well to the future for them. If you are in your mid-30s or even early 40s and you are having trouble walking upstairs due to your size, if you are in your early 30s or mid-40s or younger and having trouble getting out of chairs, what do you think the future holds for you? Stop and think for a second. Stop thinking about how you're going to argue against somebody like me, and start thinking about your future. Start thinking about what it means for you. If stairs are already whipping your ass, what does it mean for you? If you dread going on walks, if you dread walking around the grocery store, if you dread, taking your dog for a walk, if you are having a hard time functioning, being ambulated, which means walking around, if you are having a hard time with these things, you really need to reassess what's going on in your life. What is the quality of your life going to be 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now if you make it that long? If Tess Holliday makes it to 65 and it continues to go this way, how is 30 more years of barely being able to get upstairs going to treat her? How is anybody who is 400 pounds, that is under 6 feet tall, how are you going to feel 20 years from now? Life is not a sprint. Life is a marathon. Take care of yourself for when you're going to be 90. That is the issue. Oftentimes, again, we hear the fat acceptance community talk about what is metabolically healthy, but that is very, very, very minuscule snapshot of what it actually is. Evidence so far on the outcomes of healthy obesity have been fairly narrow in scope, focusing mostly on cardiometabolic diseases. Joshua A. Bell, PhD, a research associate in the MRC Integrative Epidemiology Unit at the University of Bristol, United Kingdom, told Endocrine Today. Our findings suggest that healthy obese adults tend to age faster than healthy normal weight adults by the way of greater decline in functional status. Healthy obesity is not likely a protected state when it comes to the risk for disability, and such outcomes that reflect day-to-day experiences and quality of life need to be considered when advising healthy obese adults on weight loss. When assessing mobility limitations during a mean observation period of 8.3 years, researchers found that healthy adults with obesity had 3.39 higher odds of having a mobility limitation over follow-ups versus healthy normal weight adults, after adjustments for social and behavioral factors. When assessing odds for disability, healthy adults with obesity were 3.75 times more likely to be disabled during a mean follow-up time of 5.6 years versus healthy weight, normal weight adults. What that clearly shows is you are almost 4 times more likely to become disabled if you are obese compared to a healthier weight person, a person considered of normal healthy weight. Now, yes, people of a healthy weight, quote unquote, can be very unhealthy. They can smoke, they can drink too much, they can eat too much sugar, they can treat their bodies like shit. That is understandable. However, to point out, all of that is considered in studies like this. When people try to, disqualify things by saying, well, skinny people or thin people can be unhealthy too, that's not an excuse, people. That is still a problem, and that should be addressed too. And we over at the Damn Collective address that as much as humanly possible, because just because you are at what we consider a healthy weight does not mean you can still be healthy. You should take care of yourself. You should worry about your cardiorespiratory health. You should worry about your joint health. You should worry about what you're putting in your body. You should not take in too much sugar. We talk about these things all the time. If you are underweight, you should also try to get to a healthier weight because it's better for you in the long run. Certain amounts of body fat do help protect your organs. They do help have energy reserves. They do help with many, many things. People should have a healthy relationship with food, and people should love their body enough to want to have a healthy relationship with it. If you are treating it to the point where you are putting yourself at 4 times more of a risk, almost 4 times more of a risk of becoming disabled than a person of a normal healthy weight, do you actually love your body? Do you actually love yourself? Is that body positivity? Is that self-love? I am going to argue it is abso-fucking-lutely not. If you are risking disability to the point where you are just okay with completely ignoring the fact that you can barely get up off of the ground, that you ignore trying to pick things up off the ground, if you have ever avoided getting on the ground to play with your children because you don't want to get up off of it, that should be the wake-up call you fucking need. That should be the thing that is in your mind saying, I need to stop avoiding sitting down in a chair so I can get up. If you avoid certain types of activity because of lack of mobility and you don't have a reason, meaning you have no previous injury, if it is just because of your weight, if your weight is hurting your back, if your weight is hurting your knees every time you walk, if your feet hurt all the time, if you have swelling, if you have edema in your lower extremities because you are obese, stop hating yourself. Stop hating yourself to the point where you are allowing that to happen. Do everything you can. Stop loving food more than you love yourself. People often often represent like, I love myself, so I'm going to give myself this cake, even though I'm morbidly obese. I saw one Instagram account that literally talks about type 2 diabetics still, since you're already on insulin, go ahead and eat that cake. People, stop loving food more than you love yourself. Stop it. I don't want to eat boring. What type of life is that? A longer one. If you're morbidly obese and you're afraid of having a boring life when it comes to food, you're trading off years of your life for the food. Now, there are many people with disabilities that cause it to the point where they don't want to get up and off the ground. There are many people that have certain endocrinological issues or certain thyroid issues, things like that cause them to have a harder time keeping weight off and staying at a healthy weight. Most of them would trade anything to have it as easy as a person that just wants to eat too much. That's the truth. This is Rising Labs. This is my friend Casey Mitchell's brand. He was blown up in service of our country. He's called that one-leg monster because he only has one leg. He has all sorts of other injuries. His good leg is damaged pretty badly too. He does not let that stop him. He is an excellent father. He gets up and down off the ground. He is a competitive power lifter. If that man, who does have a disability and never claims it, by the way, if he will do everything he can to be healthy and push himself and be as healthy as he can, there's no excuse for you trading years off of your life because you love food so much. It is not an opinion that being morbidly obese takes years off of your life. It is a fact. It is not opinion that being compromised biomechanically is bad for you. It is bad for your joints. It causes osteoarthritis. It is bad for your mobility. It causes lethargy. It causes all sorts of things that are going to take years off your life, and they are going to make the years that you have left less pleasurable because you are not going to be able to do normal acts of daily living. Your world gets very small. If your world is your TV, your couch, your car, and your office, that is a very small world that you are imprisoning yourself in by being morbidly obese. See what else is out there. And to you trainers out there that these people come to, I wanted to talk to you really quickly. If you have a 350-pound person come into your gym and the first thing you do is have them do burpees, fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Stop it. Get out of this fucking profession. We are at a stage now where 70% of our country in the United States is overweight. And 40% is obese, and 20% is morbidly obese, and those numbers are just going up. If you are a personal trainer and people are coming to you and you have no real fucking idea how to train them in person, if you have no real fucking idea how to watch out to make them safe, how to watch out to where you don't push them too hard, if you have no real fucking idea what the fuck you're doing, stop it. Just stop training morbidly obese people. Stop training overweight people because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you've ever injured a person, if a person you are coaching has ever come to you and been like, I am too sore to come to the gym today because they're in their first session when they're 325 pounds, you decide to run them through the ringer and you put it on them, you are not a great trainer. You fucking suck at your job. To train a morbidly obese person is to get them to do the acts of daily activity that they love to do, is to get them to get them to consistently be able to move every day. It is a long race that they are going to have to combat. Burying them with HIIT training when they're 350 pounds not only risks their safety, but that does not encourage them to get at it every damn day, you dumb fucks. So to the trainers out there that train obese people and overweight people as if they're, trying to, train them for the next fucking CrossFit Games, fuck you, learn what the fuck you're doing. And to those of you out there that think that just because you're metabolically healthy, that you're healthy, please wake up and understand if the stairs are whipping your ass right now, imagine what's going to happen in 30 years. If you're in your mid-30s, like Tess Holliday, and the stairs are hard on you, if the stairs for any reason are an issue, if you have to walk in different shoes than your actual job professes you should wear, if you have to avoid certain types of activity because of your size, do something about it because it's not going to get better. It is absolutely not going to get better. If you are carrying so much mass on you that you have pain in your knees and pain in your lower back and you are in your mid-30s, early 40s, how do you think that's going to be in 20 or 30 years? If you make it that long, how do you think that's going to be? If you would stay metabolically healthy for the next 20 years, if you're a 40-year-old and you avoid laying down on the ground or you avoid walking upstairs, if you would make it and stay metabolically healthy for another 20 years, how do you think your body is going to function? Open your mind. Stop worrying about you right now and start worrying about loving yourself for the entirety of yourself. Who gives a fuck what you look like? Who fucking cares? Wear whatever bikini, wear whatever Speedo, wear whatever the fuck you want. Fucking, if you're proud of yourself, show that shit off. That is great. That is your looks. That is aesthetics. That is a temporary moment in fucking time. Period. It is just temporary. Worry about your long-term health. Worry about your actual life. Truly loving yourself is loving yourself enough to want to live a long fucking time. And that's just my 2 cents no matter. My name is Alan Roberts. Hit me up on Instagram at EverydamnDayFitness. Hit me up on Twitter at EverydayFit. I'm also on Facebook at EverydamnDayFitness. And I'm on the internet at EverydamnDayFitness.net. Stop lying to yourself and try to live a long fucking time. God damn.